This goes out to all those bookish girlies out there, so let's get swatching. Hi everybody, my name is Catherine. I'm a beauty and reselling enthusiast, and those are the things that I love to talk about on this channel. If that's something you like to watch, consider subscribing. Today's video is going to be revealing, swatching, kind of giving you my opinions on the new Colourpop A Shadow of Secrets eyeshadow palette. So this is basically based off all of those, like, the emergence of Romantasy books. And if you don't know what Romantasy is, it's like romantic fantasy books. I have definitely fallen very far into the rabbit hole of reading these. I was somebody who used to love reading when I was younger and just totally fell out of it. Just growing up, adult responsibilities, yada, 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 you know all that. And then ever since, like, book talk, bookstagram, if that's what you want to call it. I don't even know if that's a thing, but you know, people reviewing and reading books online and giving reviews and all that kind of stuff, and just the emergence of romantasy and stuff like that. I want to thank them so much for sharing their content. It really has brought me back to my love of reading, a genre that is just so interesting for me. I have read about 20-ish books since October when I really got back into it, and to the point I bought a Kindle. I have Kindle Unlimited, which that's the best, by the way. Let me tell you, if you love reading, like, a Kindle Unlimited, primo. I didn't think I'd like a Kindle. I really did, because I was like a hardback, you know, I wanted a tangible book in my hands, but I actually really do like the Kindle. It's very nice. You don't have to wait for books to come in. You literally go boop and there it is. So anyways, like, I have read ACOTAR, all the ACOTAR. I'm currently reading Onyx Storm, literally just started it last night. I read Fourth Wing, Iron Flame, all within about a week. I'm into reading again, let's just say that. So when Colourpop came out with this collection, it is the whole collection. They have cheek products, they have lip products, all that kind of stuff, but I was mostly interested in the eyeshadow palette. I knew I had to get it because it is all surrounding the romantasy side of things. So if that is something you want to watch, stick around. All right, first we start off with this beautiful packaging. They have this kind of like soft matte packaging with like a little bit of iridescent pops of the flowers. It is supposed to be like a book, you know, so it kind of gives all of the reviews, if you will. It's from fan favorite makeup brand collection. Ugh, I can't even read. From fan favorite makeup brand Colourpop comes an unforgettable palette inspired by dark romance, fantasy, and fairy lore for the most captivating glam. A must-have for lovers of dark, sexy looks, an irresistible world of complex shades and daring finishes, provocative, pigmented, buttery smooth. Like, the attention to detail is magnificent. Gotta love it. So then we open up the palette, and the front cover matches the unit carton, and I love that it actually opens up like a book. So we have, like, it looks like it's supposed to be the pages. We open it up and it looks like a book. You can even see some like almost words on the page in the back, like somebody's writing in a journal or something like that. Oh, just, I love the attention to details. Here's the other side of it. Just gives everything. And then here are what the shades look like. And with names, let's go through the names of the shades because it's perfect. So we have Bookish, we have FMC, which is female main character, Fated Mates, Yes Sir, Trigger Warning, Who Did This, Beg For It, Romantasy, High Fae, Wingspan, Claimed, Trope, Morally Gray, Shadow Daddy, and Grumpy Sunshine. So if you are in the book world, specifically the romantasy book world, you will know exactly what all these are. All of them. And I love it. I really think their attention to detail was fantastic. I just super hope that the quality is great. I don't think it, like, I don't think it will be off the mark. I mean, it's Colourpop. Colourpop usually has a good quality and a great quality. So I hope it's the great quality, but I'll still be satisfied if it's the good quality. So let's go ahead and dive on into some of these swatches. Let's actually read their description of everything. So it's get caught in a dark romance this Valentine's Day with 15 rich burgundies, silvers, grays, and smoky plums in matte, metallic, matte sparkle, and pearlescent glitter finishes, featuring our ultra pigmented blendable pressed formula that's long lasting, applies evenly, and feels super velvety. Go for a sultry smoky eye or romantic mauve look with just one palette. Oh, okay. So let's dive into it. So let's start with Bookish. And this has a really nice soft feel to it. Doesn't feel gritty at all. And glides on fantastic. So really pretty kind of just pearlescent white. That's going to be beautiful as like an inner corner highlight or even just a topper. Lovely. Then we're going to FMC. This looks like to be kind of a taupey shimmer. Feels the exact same. Ooh, okay. That is nice and like a really opaque shimmer. So definitely not just a topper, but that is like an all over shimmer. Then we're going to go into Faded Mates, which looks to be the same formula. And this one is a little bit more of like a lavender color. Ooh, yes. So these are kind of like softly pressed, which, you know, in some ways you don't want them too hard pressed because then they're not going to be pigmented, but sometimes you don't want them to be so soft pressed because as you can see, they kind of get like a little bit flaky. So this seems to be a little bit more on the flakier end of stuff, but it still performs really well. You'll just have to be careful when you're putting it on because you might get some fallout. All right, going into this kind of like rosy taupe shade in Yes Sir. Kind of a lighter mid-range matte. Okay, this formula seems to be really nice as well. We'll build it up just a little bit. Very nice, kind of just neutral shade. Then going into Trigger Warning, getting a little bit deeper in tone. Again, this is like reminds me of a chocolatey brown, maybe with like a little of a purple undertone. Yeah, kind of has like a little bit of a purple aubergine undertone, which fits in well with the palette. You know, it's a mauve-y purple palette. And then Who Did This? This is a very kind of almost grayish purple. Yeah, as you can see, it's a little bit fallouty texture-wise, but again, when you're going into this with a brush, you're not really going to be getting pressure like that. It'll be built up on the bristles compared to hopefully not falling out on your face. All right, then going into the next row, this is Beg For It. This is kind of a almost steely gray purple. Ooh, yes, really pretty. I went in with a slightly lighter hand so we wouldn't get all that like mess fallout. Oh, it's so pretty. Okay, then we go into Romantasy, which is like kind of this burgundy shimmer. Almost looks a little duochrome-y, like brown to burgundy. A hint of a shift. I don't think they said there was any duochromes in here, but this definitely kind of has a hint of duochrominess. Oh, so pretty. All right, then we're going into High Fae, which looks to be like their ultra glittery type of shade, but again, kind of a soft texture, a little bit chunky monkey. This looks like to be kind of a pinky lavender silver. Definitely glitterier and grittier. So this one you can definitely feel the texture of it. So I don't know if you'd like that if you have like sensitive eyes, because like you can feel the grit to that. So like when you close your eyes and stuff, like the lid of it, I don't know. It's pretty, but it is textured. Moving on to the fourth row, we have Wingspan, which looks like it's going to be the same texture as High Fae, just this one has a little bit different colors to it, almost like black, gray, pink. Yeah, it still feels glittery, so it's definitely the same formula as the one before. Very pretty, but just textured. Then moving into Claimed, which is more of a burgundy matte. This one feels like a hint drier than the other ones. Yeah, swatching just a little bit drier in the other ones as well, but seems to build up quite nicely. That'll be a really beautiful, like, winged liner type of moment, a little bit of a different color. Then we can go into Trope, which is on more of the purple side of stuff. Again, feels a little bit drier, but I've noticed that with like darker colors, not even in just Colourpop, but I feel like other formulas as well are just a little bit on the drier side of stuff. I don't really know as to the reason why, but just how it is. But as you can see, it builds up pretty nicely. And then going into our last row, we have Morally Gray, which of course is going to be a dark gray. See, this one feels not as dry as the other darker ones. Build it up just a little bit. Yeah, you can tell it's like a kind of a blackish leaning gray. Then we have Shadow Daddy, which again, of course, is going to be the black. This one feels softer as well, like not as dry as the two mattes above it. That actually swatches really nicely too, right off the bat. So we have black, perfect deepening up shade. Then the last one is Grumpy Sunshine, which I actually think, I don't know why, but I feel like Grumpy Sunshine, that name and Wingspan should have been switched. I don't know why, but I just feel like it should. And then this one is one of the mattes that has like the shimmer in it. Yeah, as you can see, it's got a lot of micro fine different shimmers in there. So there we go. There are all the swatches for this lovely Romantasy-Inspired palette. Oh, I'm so excited. This is actually in my February Shop My Stash. If you're curious to know what some of the other products I'm going to be using, I will link that video up for you so you can see. All right, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit too lazy to go outside, but I am next to my window with sun shining through. So I did want to give you like a little bit of a look of what it looks like in the sunrise, in the sunlight. See, hopefully you can see those like shimmery ones a little bit better. Yeah, you can definitely pick up on those shimmer ones. That purple one right there isn't the best swatch, I'll say that. And then here is the palette in sunlight as well, so you can kind of see that who did this is the one that doesn't look so great swatched out, but I'm sure that was partially my fault. So there we have it, all of the swatches and everything. It's a really beautiful color story. It definitely leans more on the darker side of stuff, but I mean, in theme with the palette, it is kind of on the darker side of stuff. It's this very like dark fantasy romantic type of color story, and I think they nailed it. It's perfect. Swatches all seem to be really great. You know, there are a few on there that seemed a little bit dry, but they could be built up. But overall, a really, really great color story. Packaging is top notch. I love the names of everything. I would love, like, I've kind of had this idea of if I were to create a beauty company, like I thought it'd be cool to base it off of books, you know, so it's like ACOTAR or Fourth Wing or something like that. Like that might be too niche, like somebody who loves books and who loves beauty at the same time. I don't know. That's always just been, ever since I got back into reading, I'm like, wouldn't that be fun? Kind of putting my two interests together. But let me know down below, are you a romantasy type of person? What book should I read? My TBR list is like almost 400 books. So, and I can get through books pretty quickly. So definitely let me know what you've been loving, even if it's not romantasy. You know, do you love to read? Do you not like to read? I'd love to hear all the things. Do you like this color story? Do you not like this color story? Let me know. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe to this channel, share, do all those wonderful YouTube things, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.